A Gay and A NonGay is a podcast from James Barr and Dan Hudson. Whether you identify as gay or non-gay, you'll totes be offended by this.
Hi, welcome to the podcast.
Hello, I'm James, that's Dan.
Yes.
And we believe that no matter what you love, Britney or Bruce Springsteen, gays and non-gays should be friends. No, wait, should be friends or could be friends?
Could, should, would.
I'll let her say it. I'm not as good at that kind of admin. That's why we have a voiceover. Welcome to A Gay and A NonGay. If you ever want to say hi, you can tweet at Gay and NonGay or say hello on Instagram. It's actually really awesome hearing from you, and I feel quite happy knowing that we're like part of a little community.
Yes.
Isn't that really cool?
Yes.
Like that, our Instagram DMs like make my life.
Yeah, they do actually.
Did you see that tweet?
Yeah, but I don't want to dignify it really.
Why?
Do you?
Well, I thought it was kind of funny. It sounded like you'd written it. It said, bloody hell, James, for fuck's sake, your last podcast, you need some help, mate. What kind of bloody life are you leading? Calm down and start having a bit more respect for yourself. Quit acting like a teenager. Cheers to that, Dad, on Twitter.
It's funny.
Why?
But like,
oh my God, I said I wasn't going to have a meltdown. I'm not having a meltdown.
It's just symptomatic of the world that we live in, isn't it? Where you can just tweet nonsense to people.
Yeah.
And it's just like cool. But anonymously with an egg as your...
Oh yeah, fucking eggs.
Fucking eggs, yeah.
Fucking hate eggs. Also, I went through their other tweets to see what kind of person they were. Do you do this as well? They tweeted a radio station saying, surprisingly, your voice is rather good to have a morning wank to. Keep up the good work. They literally, I mean, that's the kind of person that told me I need to get some help with my life. Wow. Anyway, I used to do that, by the way.
What, have a wank whilst listening to the radio?
Yeah, all the time.
I think we've talked about this before.
Yeah.
But you haven't tweeted about it.
No, I've just released a podcast about it.
A Gay and A NonGay. Two unlikely friends take on the world.
Dan and I went on the radio the other day and we were interviewed about our podcast, and we got chatting about this blog post that I saw. Basically, this relationship expert said that you should have the date after sex. So say you're just meeting someone off of Chappy or Tinder or whatever, Bumble, and you're going on a date. Just literally go around their house first, get the sex out of the way, and then go for dinner.
What's Bumble?
It's a dating app.
For bum sex?
No. Do you not have a life, Dan?
What does that mean?
But what? How do you not know what Bumble is? Is it a Bumble? Fuck's sake.
What? Sorry, what? Oh,
It's a dating app for straight people. I was being inclusive to the non-gays.
Okay, well, I don't...
It's for like...
I'm not in that world, am I?
I can't believe you haven't ever heard anyone mention it.
I'm a non-single.
How have you not heard anyone mention it? Like on Twitter, like it's as famous as Tinder or Plenty of Fish.
It clearly isn't.
It literally is. Anyway, it's not a bum. It's not an app for bumming. I mean, it would be a great name for a bumming app.
They missed a trick there.
Anyway, so we were talking about it, and we thought we'd talk about it here as well, because I think it's I think it's a really good idea. Like, especially, there's nothing worse than going out for a big meal on a date, Mexican or whatever, and then having, like, you can't have bum sex after that. You wouldn't want it. You'd feel bloated.
So I said, when we were having this conversation, well, why don't you just not have sex?
Yeah.
And like James acted like...
Well, I still don't get that.
And every single date you have sex?
No, but I mean, I wouldn't say every date, but yeah, it's pretty normal. If you're going to go on a date with someone, you're probably going to have sex with them.
What if you meet them for coffee or brunch or breakfast or...
I mean, I guess not. It's funny how... That's the difference between you and I, though, straight up. Like, you're like, why don't you just not have sex with someone after a date?
Well, that solves the problem, doesn't it? And then you can have as many tacos as you want.
When are you going to have sex then?
The next time or whatever.
Like, would you do that with Talia, for example? Like, would you say, actually, rather than having sex after dinner...
I don't think I've ever had a conversation like that with anyone.
What, about when you're going to have sex?
Yeah.
Really? God, it's so easy for you guys.
For which guys?
For the non-gays. Like, you don't have all the admin. You can just get on with it. Well, you don't have to, like, have a you don't have to think about it. We have to think about shit.
I'm guessing in the gay world then, you can't... Say if we're going on a date and you message me and say, why don't we just have sex first?
Yeah.
There's zero chance of me as a gay man saying, what the fuck, why are you being so presumptuous, blah, 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 blah. That doesn't happen.
Oh my God, that would be so weird if you wrote that back.
Well, no one's ever done that.
I've not done this, by the way. I think I'm going to do it. I haven't done it. I haven't ever texted someone and said, should we just have sex first?
Well, why don't we do that? Why don't you text someone that now?
I can't.
Why?
Who am I going to text that?
This dude that you're seeing or whatever.
Yeah, but he lives with his dad. So actually, we've had loads of dates and not had sex. But on our first date, we had sex. But every other date since then, we've just had like a coffee and a walk or like a cinema. And it's been really lovely. But yeah, we haven't really... I'd actually quite like that in a way. It's kind of different.
He lives with his dad?
Yeah.
Which one's the daddy?
Oh, I don't know. Oh my God, that is actually confusing. That would be so awkward.
What would?
If I'm having sex with him in his dad's house and I'm calling him daddy. Yeah, his dad is like in the other room.
Yeah. Well, a little bit of homework for you.
What? What's the homework?
Do that.
Do what?
What you just said.
What? Find out how that goes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Report back next week.
Anyway. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to have sex with him again.
Which dude is this, by the way?
The one I've low-key mentioned a couple of times.
Yeah. Cool.
Though by the time this goes out, who knows?
Why? What's going on?
Well, I'm going away for a bit, aren't I? I'm going on holiday, and relationships always seem to end when someone goes on holiday in my world.
Well, how long are you going away for?
Like 12 days, 14 days.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think when you go, I always seem to, relationships just seem to end when I go away. It's like a good excuse for someone to just not bother following you up anymore.
True. I am using it as an excuse to get out of all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
Like the fact that I'm going away for 3 weeks.
Right.
It gets me out of everything because no one gives a shit. Unless I follow it up, no one's going to follow up the shit that I've sacked off till March. Like nobody.
Yeah. Oh, you mean like, can I have lunch? Yeah, sure. See you in March. Yeah, I agree.
All that shit.
I do that as well. So yeah, people just do that to me. People have done that to me so many times. Like I'll be dating someone for a month and then I'll go on holiday and then that's it.
Yeah.
Gone. Talia tweeted an amazing thing the other week. She was watching Love Actually in January, but she tweeted about the porn couple being the only relationship in the movie where they actually get to know each other. You know, the fluffers. And it's actually really beautiful. But I just thought that was a really interesting observation. And also maybe why I haven't actually had a relationship, because I'm
constantly having sex.
I'm too busy doing other things. I don't know.
Having dinner.
Rushing it. Like being like, boom.
Well, there must...
Rather than just having a couple of like chilled conversations and actually getting to know whether I want to know someone or not.
Surely there's something to be said for that.
I think fancying people is a real distraction from actually like dating properly, isn't it? It gets in the way of whether that person's a good person or not. Well, I'm saying, like when we met, right?
Right.
I like prefer you now, having got to know you better.
Why? What was wrong when we met?
Nothing. But like, I mean, episode 1 to now, there's a big difference in how we talk to each other. And I think our friendship is awesome. But obviously we didn't fancy each other. But like taking that out of it, what am I getting at? I'm trying to say that if I meet someone and I really fancy them, I'll probably ignore what kind of person they are.
I can't do that. If they're a dickhead, that's the overriding factor. And the fact that they're...
Would you call a girl a dickhead?
Yeah.
Okay, right, cool.
What?
No, I'm not saying anything.
I can say that, can't I?
Yeah, I was confused. I would have thought you'd have said fanny head or something. Like,
well,
they don't have dicks today, but it's fine. I guess you can.
Then that's the overriding factor, right? Like,
What?
I'd just be like, this person isn't fit or isn't attractive because their dickheadness is overriding everything else.
But I mean, even not as extreme as that. Maybe they're just boring or they're not the right person to be with. Like, you might not notice that because you think they were really hot.
No, I think I would notice that.
Yeah, I don't think I would.
Really?
Whereas with friends, I do. I'm always editing my friendship circle. I'm like, don't actually think you're very positive. Or so if I just meet someone and they're just bringing drama all the time, I'm like, okay, you're not someone I want to hang out with. There's a guy I've met who is slightly, I don't know how to say it politely.
He's a few sandwiches short of a picnic.
No, I think he's probably just got like a short fuse maybe. But he's really hot. So I'm like, I kind of want to ignore that. And I'm like falling in love with him. I'm like, oh my God, his eyes are so pretty. He's such a beautiful person. I feel like I can help him. And it's terrible. But that's what I mean when I'm saying there's like, it's distracting me from the truth, which is don't date that person.
Yeah, a couple of my friends clearly have that problem because they go out with people who are a few sandwiches short of a picnic as a type.
A few sandwiches short of a picnic. Your phrases.
Well, so you just sleep with anyone as long as they're fit?
I think so. Yeah, well, yeah, of course. Do you not?
No.
I definitely do that.
I couldn't give... There's certain people that you can give the satisfaction of doing that to.
What? No, you've never hate fucked anyone?
No, that's really weird.
I should just clarify what that is. It's when you don't like someone or that someone annoys you. You probably have. Like, if you've had breakup sex, that's kind of a hate fuck.
I haven't done that, really.
Or if you've had, like, make-up sex, that's also similar. Because there's a lot of intensity around it, isn't there? Because you're like, oh, yeah, you annoyed me 10 minutes ago and now we're having sex. Oh, I love you. Like, that's a hate fuck. So you must have done that. Like,
I don't know. I don't think so.
Trust me, there's nothing better than getting one up on someone by being on top of them.
That term is awful, by the way, but let's go with it. People must have hate fucked you.
Probably. They definitely have, actually.
And have you been aware that they've been doing it?
Yeah, I had this huge row with this guy who told me I was really arrogant. This was like 10 years ago. He was like, you're so arrogant, you think you're something, blah, blah, blah. And then we ended up having sex. Yeah.
Right.
Because I was like, I do not think that. You've got me so wrong. And then we just had this like intense like sex thing.
They're like a lovely little couple, except they're not.
Taxi for Paul's been getting a lot of love on Twitter, Dan. Did you see? Actually, I think your mate tweeted saying that they loved hearing the Taxi for Paul shout out on our recent episode. And then we also had a comment on Instagram saying, don't call an Uber, call Taxi for Paul. You guys make me laugh.
Yeah, the one from my mate, I think he's obviously started listening at the back and is working his way backwards because there's obviously a lot of Taxi for Paul in the archive, such as the live show that we did at the London Podcast Festival.
A rousing performance. Everyone bought banners. I was very impressed.
Talking of live shows, we've got an announcement to make.
Yes!
And that is that we are bringing our brand of gay and non-gay fun on the 2nd of June 2018 to Brighton, England.
Why did you say England off the back?
I'm guessing that there's a Brighton in New England in America.
Oh, right. Is there?
There must be.
Well, we're not going there, but we are going to Brighton, England.
Yes.
Okay. Woo! And we're really excited. Dan, are you going to perform again?
No, don't start that again.
No, I mean, we've just been talking about how much everyone's loved it.
No, we've drawn a line in the sand under Taxi for Paul.
I didn't draw any line. Are you telling me that you won't be performing?
No.
Why? It was so good last time. What about one of your other bands? Why don't we reunite one of your other bands?
No.
What were they called again?
There was Elysium.
Elysium, that's right. The Matt Damon film.
Yeah, we predated that actually, but yeah.
So we'll see you in Brighton on Saturday night, the 2nd of June 2018, as part of the Brighton Fringe at the Marlborough Pub and Theatre, which is an LGBTQ plus space, and I'm super excited to see you there. You can buy tickets right now if you go to gayanongay.com/Brighton.
Yes, and they're £9.50.
Way!
If you ever want to say hi to Dan and I, you can get in touch with us through our socials. They're at Gay and A. Plus, you can email us at gayanongay.com. We love hearing from you, whether it's a story about your life, a question for us, or a dick pic.
Probably not the latter.
No, that was a joke. It was a joke, Dan. Okay. I don't want dick pics.
Well, I mean, you do, but we don't.
Okay, sorry. Yep.
Just to confirm.
Separate DMs for that.
Yeah.
I'm James Barb. Okay, thanks for listening.
Find us on your socials at Gay NonGay. Listen at gayanongay.com or just search non-gay at your fave pod app.